This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. To get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
Recording has started. Hello and welcome to Superconnectivity. I forgot that was my intro. Hey! It's me, Charlie, the Professor Esser. And with me, as always, is the man behind the scenes, the man in the blue headphones, trademark.
Phil.
That's his eyes.
Phil, me and Perich.
Are your eyes blue? They look blue.
They're kind of green. They have like specks of blue. Why, thank you for noticing.
Well, I just noticed that, they really bring out the blue in his eyes. So, yes. Phil is a handsome man if you're not watching on Netflix or YouTube. That's the thing.
This coming from male model Charlie Esser.
Oh, only a wart model. Because you do need the before in the wart ads, wart removal. Anyways, hey, it's Friday night. Woo! October 5th, and I got a big glass of apple juice. Because if you're like me, this is the kind of night where you need some apple juice.
Watch out.
Apple juice at the ready. There you go. Do that sample.
So what are we talking about first?
What are we talking about? Well, okay, so apparently there was a conspiracy theory that Venom was getting bad reviews because Lady Gaga's fan base, her massive army of monsters, her little monsters as she calls them, went out to pull down the magnum opus that is Venom. Drag it down, down, as if it were some fodder by DC. And it struck me that, and apparently this is because, as you told me, Phil, because I don't do the research, because that's what you're here for, Phil. That's what you're the boss of this show. Someone's got to be in charge, just as long as it's not me. Anyway, the theory goes that because Lady Gaga also has a film coming out this weekend, that they wanted Venom to do poorly, so they started spreading false rumors that it was bad. Rather than the counter-narrative, which would be, well, why don't we just tell everyone how good Lady Gaga's film will be?
I don't know if it's maybe perhaps because someone was telling me today, I don't know if this is true, someone at work was telling me, I guess Lady Gaga's movie is only projected to do like 20-some million and Venom is projected to do like 60-some, so.
Yeah, but how much did they spend on Venom versus how much did they spend on Lady Gaga's film?
I don't think it's a special effects movie, hers, so.
No, I don't think she's going to be covered in black ooze, so. Although it's Lady Gaga.
You never know.
You never know. I'm picking on the poor lady because actually, I know I've seen clips of this film. I have no idea what it's called or what it's about. It's a straightforward film. And, she's a good singer. Oh, that's right. Oh, I remember now. Yes. It's like a country music. Oh, it's A Star Is Born.
Yep, I was about to say. I looked it up.
It's a remake of It's A Star Is Born, but it's like country music now or something. I'll go along with that. I'll buy that for $1. Yeah, me and Tristan are going to go see Venom, of course. Bad week for Venom to come out just because I'm a little cash poor. But you know what? We live and we strive. Because taking your kid to see a symbiote threaten to eat people is more important than money.
I was going to say, if there's one movie he wanted to see this year, I'm sure it's probably Venom.
Yeah, well, among others. I think maybe the negative publicity has gotten to him too. Maybe, I don't know.
Oh no!
He goes online, man. You can't keep secrets from kids today, especially if they have internet, And you know what? The thing is, you have to let your kids have internet because otherwise they can't do homework.
And they decided to land on a PG-13 rating. So is Tristan going to think it's too tame?
Oh no! I don't know how much Tristan really. Tristan likes the idea of movie monsters the way all kids like the idea of movie monsters. The fact of the matter is most of his exposure to these creatures are like through YouTube clips. I don't know how many of these films he's actually seen. I know he was a little disappointed by The Nun, that it wasn't nearly as scary as he was expecting it to be. And honestly, I have to agree with him. The Nun was honestly, I hope it doesn't like sour him on the entire horror genre. It's like, man, first The Nun and now Venom. I see these things like as films, and they're like, this is nothing. This is not nearly as good as Infinity War was.
Yeah.
Kids loved it.
What is?
What is? Yeah. Oh, anyway, but
he was like, "Hey, Dad, hey, Dad, I saw The Nun. I don't want to see none more."
Yeah. Well, he might want to. It's the thing is that when because you have to understand, my kids see the world in reverse, and I think most of their generation do, which is they get pop cultural nerdery provided to them before they ever see the original content.
Yeah.
So they have gotten basically hype men giving them all the best parts of these films before they ever get to see these films. And I don't mean like, oh, here's what happens, but like, okay, here's the complex theory. And of course, my kids, being the children of nerds, are nerds themselves. Can't fight genetics, folks. They are like, oh, this is so great. The Illuminati is confirmed and yada, yada, yada. And then they go to see the movie, and there's like so little spent on discussing the deeper context of the reason why that guy left his hand on the night bureau for 5 minutes longer than it seemed appropriate because it was forming this triangular shape. I'm making up things, but this is the kind of stuff my kids watch. They don't go into that, and it's like, oh, but that was the best part to them. Oh, kids today and their constant film theories. Anyway.
Hey, that's what you should do. You and Tristan should, my co-host Matt on the Quantum Zone, him and his wife are doing a thing for October. They're reviewing like different like horror movies off Netflix and stuff like that on YouTube like every day. They're trying like every day for the month of October. That's what you and Tristan should do. You should review horror movies together.
Well, I am going to have Tristan on with us I'm going to see how long he can do, because I'm going to do it on the phone on Sunday.
Okay.
Because we have our Wi-Fi back. We have the hub back. It was a bear, but I got it done. I got it all done. And so me and Tris, he's going to sit on my lap, and we'll do the phone so we can both speak and hear and talk and interact.
Okay. And,
so he's going to give his review. We'll see how long he can. He might not have the stamina for podcasting. And he also might not have the decorum. He may not want to wait to hear everybody else's theories and opinions. It's a learning process, It's easy when you're Toxin Game of 13 and you're just talking to your fans. And I think he has more fans than me at this point about your gaming. It's, there's a little bit of a family rivalry, but I want to help him build his YouTube popularity. I'm not all about me. I'm not trying to live vicariously through him, because let's face it, I've done my podcasts, I've done my movies, which we've all seen.
Oh yeah.
And, I don't have to live in an imagined future for my children. I've already had my own life. I'm not a fancy man. I'm not. I'm not really ready to die. But you know what? I think every day, how many fewer years I have left, and how it's like I'm on the other side. It's like less that way than this way. But
you need to find the secret to immortality. Speaking of,
yes,
I can't believe you didn't want to jump in. Superior Octopus number 1.
I was saving the very special for dessert, but we can go to Superior Octopus number 1 right now. This was a very good book.
Oh yeah.
And here's what I'm going to tell you. Here's why Otto is superior to some schmuck like Doom. Okay? Because you see Otto basically going through this whole thing of, I was kind of creepy with Maria Marconi, Anna Marie, and I am going to do my best to not be a creep anymore. I mean, I love this woman so much, but I know I did wrong, and I'm going to hold back, because honestly, this story hasn't gotten any better. Basically, it's like he is so aware from a human level that he is not in the right in this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants to do better. Now, I think it's a great comment to Anna Marie, that she already knows, you know.
Oh, especially when she sees him on TV with his octopus arm. She's like, oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, and then she like looks right at Tolliver. It's like, and now of course she thinks he's stalking her, but it's like, no, I'm not. You just happened to get a job where I happened to get a job. We just both wound up here. This is not what I wanted. I am trying. That's why I'm kind of so standoffish. I'm not, you know. And we see, like I said. Like I've always said, those Parkers just screw everything up. Why are they sending the drones? Why are they sending the drones to engage? Why are they sending such big drones?
Wait, are you talking about the Inheritors in this issue? Because that was Otto's fault, this issue.
No. The Inheritors were locked away safe with no technology. It's the Spiders, of which you'll notice Otto is not a member.
Yeah, but I thought the whole thing was they were slowly dying, but then once Otto initiated the cloning process, then the Inheritors it would enable the Inheritors to start recloning themselves.
Yeah. But he's not. But as far as he knew, the Inheritors were locked away with no technology.
True.
And I think he said we should probably kill them all since they want to kill everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Since everyone in this room will die a horrible death if these people aren't put to death, we should probably put them to death. And we're like, no, we're Spider-Men. We don't care. It's like, well, no, I know some of you have killed. Some of us are actual killer Spider-Men. So maybe you shouldn't speak for everybody. But in this case, and then, as I said last time, you know, we don't kill. We just slowly starve them to death. Because that's the Spider-Man way. Spider-Man. Jameson was right.
I just didn't know if maybe that's the only way they could kill them off slowly. If they tried any other way, the Inheritors would come back.
Yeah, I mean, possible, but then you don't send advanced drone technology with quantum dimensional communication capabilities to their house every day to knock on the door saying, "You dead yet? Oh, you broke our toy. Well, we'll send another one. You dead yet? Oh, you got it again." It's like, maybe find more subtle ways. You know? I'm just saying, not for nothing. Maybe reach out to Doctor Strange on stuff like this, and Doctor Strange says, I could open you a little magical dimensional portal to look at, to keep an eye on them. Or we could just like maybe put some sort of blocker around the universe to make sure no subspace communications can ever get out. Maybe just look at the bunker from a while away with aerial drones that can fly away if need be, just making sure of everything. So what if they turn on? Well, keep an eye out for like 50 parsecs away. Because even if they ever got out, that was the thing. Even if they ever got out of the bunker, the radiation on the planet would kill them. Let's be clear. This was a very well-designed place they put them. And the only reason the progenitors are getting out is because they were sending pan-dimensional technology to them. The fact of the matter is, even if Otto didn't build the cloning devices, the progenitors might have gotten out a different way because, look, this has the ability to send messages across, dimensions. Mm-hmm. Maybe we can send something else. Maybe we can find some other way to do it. They didn't need Otto to build the cloning device. It made it easier, sure. But the fact of the matter is, and not for nothing, when they're taking everything apart in this place, why is the first thing they do not, delete the records of the clone matrix? It's like, we should just delete that. Put that on a hard drive on another device that isn't connected to the... Don't connect the villain's escape plan to the internets.
Unless they didn't know about it or they couldn't disarm it somehow. They have a
progenitor living with them.
True.
An inheritor living with them. He is, hi, I'm the inheritor who's now a good guy. And I know everything about my evil family.
Is he a traitor?
He's Spider Britain's
I don't know. Everything seemed fine until Otto decided he had to be immortal and keep cloning himself anytime he got killed.
Well, yeah, so he pulls a Doc Venture. Big deal.
He kicked Zola's butt.
Yeah, and he's better than Zola.
And the Night Shift.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Gravedigger, that's an actual character from like Marvel's old horror comic, isn't it?
I believe so, yeah, and I believe he was in the Night, and he's appeared with the Night Shift before, I think, yeah.
Yeah, and I love the fact that he breaks the fourth wall. I need him and Gwenpool to meet. Oh, they're both on the West Coast!
Yeah.
Oh, gosh! Oh!
Could happen. Oh, right.
Let's have that crossover.
Right in. They'd be like, have Kelly Thompson write the Night Shift in West Coast Avengers. Although,
I will do that tonight.
Because, Otto even references them. He says to say nothing of the children currently play acting as West Coast Avengers.
Yeah, well, honestly, the reality show does take away from it.
But they're teasing us, man. I want to see these fights. He was mentioning Count Nefaria, Master Pandemonium, and Graviton.
Oh yeah.
Let's see him fight them.
I know. Well, that's the thing. It's real. Honestly, I'm loving Hydra funded. And did you notice where his secret base is located?
Auto Empire.
Auto Empire. I love that.
AUTO.
It can't be obvious about these things.
I know.
It was called Autos, and obviously, Parker's going to show up, or Riley, one of those lesser clones, lesser facsimiles. But no, it was really fantastic. And no, I'm not going to say it's all Otto's fault, because it's not. And because the minute they say, why did you recreate progenitor technology? He's going to say, why did you send pan-dimensional technology to the inheritors?
Yeah.
It's like, why did you do that? My thing was a thing to, advance humanity, although obviously he's not sharing his cloning technology with the world. Although, granted, arguably the world isn't ready for it. As many philosophical scientists has pointed out, death is a feature, not a bug.
Yeah.
An immortal Otto is one thing, and an immortal Strom Thurmond is much less so.
And I'm guessing after Spider-Geddon, he must change because, I don't think Superior Octopus is going forward. But didn't they mention there's a new Superior Spider-Man series coming? So.
Well, it's gonna be interesting to see how it all plays out. And I get the feeling. Here's my big prediction: Anna Marie is going to help Otto. Exactly.
She worked with Peter Parker enough. She
knows how stupid Parker genes make you. And basically, it's like it was all Parker.
But Otto already was Spider-Man. So she can help, but he knows how to put web shooters and stuff together.
Yeah, it's not about. It's about the social cues, I think.
Yeah,
I think it's about finding your way to be like the fireman says. Hey, where'd you put those guys taking over Hydra? And he says, I was mind controlled. Yes, that's it. It was mind control. Woo,
I love when he asks him if he has anything to do with Dr. Octopus because of the arms. He's like, he is dead. I was merely inspired by the brilliant design of his metal arms.
To be fair, Iron Spider. So was Iron Spider.
True.
Oh, not Iron Spider, Steel Spider.
Yeah. True.
I get those confused all the time. It was nice to see Mayday Parker again there.
Mm-hmm.
But Billy Parker, is it Billy Parker is the Spider Britain? I think I don't know if he's a Parker or not.
Yeah, I was trying to remember. I don't know if he is actually a Parker.
Yeah. Oh, anyway, I'm very excited by all of this. It seems great. Yeah. Yeah, Superior Octopus, it is everything that makes Otto superior. And it is, like I said, you can see the immediate difference between Infamous Iron Man and Superior Octopus.
Oh, that's right. I looked it up. I thought I was right. I am. Yeah. Billy is a Braddock.
Oh, he's Billy Braddock? Okay.
Yeah.
So, Braddock. Other people can get bit by spiders, just like Captain Spider, Flash Thompson, which we're going to rehash in a What If coming soon. And hopefully won't be awful. Because, one thing comic books need are remakes.
I was going to say, they've already done that.
Yeah, it was 3 shots. I don't think it was Gwen Stacy. I think it was Betty Brant, Flash Thompson, and I think that's where you get the original Ben Parker as Spider-Man.
Maybe, yeah.
I think so. Was it What If Someone Else Was Bitten by Spider-Man and there were 3 other people who got it? Never gave Aunt May spider powers.
They did like all his supporting characters. Maybe they should have did the villains if, what if Otto had been bitten by the spider from day one?
Oh, well, then he wouldn't have gotten into his radiation accident, and then he would have never turned evil.
Or what if that accident, instead of grappling the arms to him, and what if somehow the spider was there and gave him the powers at that point?
Or what if you follow that story to its logical conclusion, he's a hero for years, and then he meets the symbiote. Oh!
No. But no, you remember Amazing Spider-Man 5? If Otto got the powers from day one, you'd get that Otto versus Doom fight.
Yeah, well, Doom. Oh, hey, speaking of Doom, let's talk about Bendis' new imprint over at DC. Wonder Comics.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, because he's the one who put Doom back in the old armor,
Yeah, back in the box. Yep.
Back in the... and there's an argument that says it's polite to put the toys back in the box. That you don't... You give the illusion of change, you don't really change things, is what Stan Lee used to say. And I get the idea. But, okay. So... our good friend Michael Brian Bendis, who I will not say Bendis to, because I realized that today. We've been so hard on Bendis. Now, I haven't been reading any of his Superman work. I don't know if it's good or bad, and I'm not that big of a fan of the DC Universe to start with. So, maybe I'm the target audience. Maybe they're trying to bring in new people. But he's going to create his own he has his own imprint now, which actually is putting him in that editor. Basically, they made him an editor-in-chief, but not a DC Comics, of his own comic book company within the DC Universe, because these are in-continuity stories.
Well, it's very weird, because he brought over his...
In-continuity, sorry.
Yeah, he has, his own couple different lines, because he has, that Wonder... Or not, was that Jinx World or whatever? Yeah, now he's doing the Wonder Comics, yeah.
Not for nothing, DC needs to justify... they need to amortize this expense.
Yeah.
They paid a lot of money for Bendis, and so they've got to find things for Bendis to do. And Bendis, to his credit, is more than happy to do all these things. He's like, no, I can write 6 books a week. He's like a latter-day Stan Lee, And friend of the show, this is what I thought was most interesting. So all the Wonder comics are based on existing characters. The Wonder Twins, which I'm excited about, written by the guy who did Snagglepush. That's a Tim Drake Young Justice series.
Yeah, because they had that was it back in the 90s. Yeah, it's Tim Drake, Impulse, and the Connor Kent Superboy, yeah.
Yeah.
In his original look, yes.
Yeah, well, you got, at least what Bendis tweeted, yeah. But our friend of the show, David Walker, is doing the one original character, someone named Naomi.
Yeah, I'm looking at.
And we know nothing about her.
I'm looking at an article now. It says he'll co-write Naomi. David Walker's co-writing with Bendis, I guess.
Yeah, much in the same way, Jack Kirby co-wrote Stan Lee. Not to be rude to Stan Lee, but we all know that sometimes when you get that co-writer, when you have a big name and someone comes in as the co-writer is doing the Mo-write right. The co-writer is the Mo-writer. Sorry to get street with you there. So
all those, and then the last one, that Dow H for Hero.
Yeah, which I'm excited for, because I've always been fascinated by the idea of Dial H for Hero.
Yeah, because every time they hit the thing, it dials up a new different superpower. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fascinating concept, and it's one of these things where it's like Captain Universe. Captain Universe is always a little disappointing to read, but you love the concept is so purely perfect.
Well,
you just want it to be that you just want to read it and you love the idea of it, and it gets used a lot, but at the same time, it's but
at least when Spider-Man got those powers, they did it a little differently. He got all the powers without the awareness, because usually Captain Universe hits somebody, and then it's here's what all this power means, and blah 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 blah. Yeah. Spider-Man didn't get the thing till the very end.
Yeah, no, the one Captain Universe comic I actually owned was where a housewife got the powers, and she was showing how all of her skills at cleaning house made her the perfect superhero in just this situation.
There was a Hulk annual where like it needed Bruce Banner to stop a what was it, like a nuke or something. But like when it bonded with Banner, it separated him from the Hulk. So like a superpowered Bruce Banner had to fight the Hulk.
Yes. Oh, speaking of which, let's talk about the special features in Infinity War, Avengers 3, Electric Boogaloo.
Okay.
In Infinity War. Apparently the Russo brothers have now stated, or one of them has suggested, maybe why he thinks the Hulk isn't showing. And it's not fear of Thanos. It's fear of Thanos. It's not fear of Thanos, he says. It is that he's tired of being Bruce Banner's savior, basically.
Yeah.
Anytime Bruce gets into trouble, I can just become the Hulk. And it's like, dude, you want my power, but you don't want me. You love what he's feeling like, he's feeling like the other woman. It's like, you come to me when you want something, but where are you from 9 to 5? And not for nothing, the Hulk just had a long period where he got to be really alive, got to live a human life. He got to eat and drink and have a friend who was his friend,
maybe
who never met Banner.
Maybe even started to evolve a little bit because he spoke. That was like the first time we've seen him speak in the movies.
No, he actually said Betty.
Oh, yeah, puny god. But...
Yeah, Betty.
Oh, yeah.
In the first one.
That's right, Harlem.
The very first one. It was a good one. Don't hate just because.
I'm not hating. I like the Hulk.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I buy that theory though, because it's like, yeah, he can be all mad at Banner, but if Banner dies, the Hulk dies, so you kind of want to save him. I mean, yeah, you might resent having to save Banner, but guess what? At the end of the day, you kind of have to, or you're dead too, Hulk.
Philip, do you read the current Hulk comic book?
Yes, but they're not doing that in the MCU, at least not yet.
Well, but it's in the current books.
Yes.
It's that, and not for nothing, here's what I'll say. If someone actually beats Banner, maybe then the Hulk will show up.
I mean, we haven't seen it in the MCU yet. So does the Hulk know about that, and does the Hulk want to take that chance?
Clearly he does.
I guess.
Clearly the Hulk is saying, you know what? No one has removed an arm yet, Banner. Second you lose an arm, I'll be right there. You haven't even lost an eye. You haven't even gotten a scratch yet, Banner. You just want me to keep your bacon and then go back in my cage like a good little Hulk. And he's like, no, that's not who Hulk is. Hulk is his own man.
I wonder if after the next movie, if they're gonna like come to some kind of agreement or something, because like back in the early 2000s when Peter David was writing the second Captain, the original, Marvel's son, and who was bonded to Rick Jones, quite the coincidence, just like his father. But they came to an understanding. They're like, hey, he was like, Genus was like, oh, we have to, how about we split the time? He's like, I used to have a life. I had girlfriends. I had friends before I was bonded to you, Jones. He's like, so they kind of tried to work out a schedule,
Yeah. Well, that's the appropriate way to do it. And of course what it is that Banner's always worried about Hulk, but as we've said, Hulk had a couple years, or at least a year.
Yeah.
Where he was living he didn't trash that place.
As long as he's happy.
Yeah. Well,
because Hulk was happy, because before that, Banner was like, oh, the Hulk is such a destructive force. Well, yeah, I wonder why. The only time you let him out is when you're pissed off.
Exactly. All you want to do is make him fight. Maybe Hulk want to read. You ever think Hulk want to read? You ever think Hulk want, okay, maybe not read, but eat? Hulk like to eat.
Or maybe it affects the Hulk's brain when, when Banner changes, he's either angry or in pain or...
Yeah, because he only lets the Hulk out when he lets him out.
When his negative emotions let him out, yeah.
Yeah, and when he says, I'm always angry, that says more about Banner than it does the Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
It says, I've got all this rage. I just keep it hidden all the time. Yeah, basically what we can say is that Banner is a bad guy.
Unless they kind of merge them and we either get a Professor Hulk or a Grey Hulk.
Well, like I said, we have introduced the Ringmaster into the MC universe.
Yeah.
He's not the villainous Ringmaster. He's just a good old hypnotist working with superpowered people.
Or, I mean, unless someone uses a Mind Stone and smashes their psyches together.
Well, they could do that too. We'll see what Loki does, because he's out there.
He's not dead.
Yeah, well, he's getting a Netflix series, man.
True.
And even if he's dead, as we've always said, it's different for gods.
Exactly.
You know, it's not like, you know...
How many Ragnaroks have there been?
Exactly. At least in the comic books. You know, and, you know, not for nothing, there is a realm of the dead, and they do go there, and they'll come back. And I think, if nothing else, that's what we're going to see with the revelation of the Soul Stone. You know, not for nothing, it's entirely possible that Red Skull has been dead this whole time. You know, it's entirely possible that Red Skull basically did die when he got sent to the Soul Stone. Because he had to sacrifice the one thing he loved. The one thing he loved was himself. And he lost himself to the Soul Stone, and he's been dead this whole time. Him flying. He does look like a wraith when he first appears. It's entirely possible that this Red Skull is dead. Is that just because you're dead doesn't mean that's... And that seems like a very logical progression of the story when we get to Infinity or Avengers 4, Electric Boogaloo. Sometimes called the Endgame, which is a bad name.
Are we sure that... did they ever confirm that it's called Endgame?
No, they've never confirmed that.
So that's what I'm saying. When are we going to get confirmation on that? Because it's coming in May, so...
Yeah, well, they're going to basically... when we get the first trailer, that's when we're going to get the name. And it won't be the Endgame. Because, first off, even if they were going to call it the Endgame... Well, now we can't call it the Endgame. Everyone knows it's the Endgame. Most likely, it's like Cloverfield, where that was just like the working title. And so they put that on some stuff, and they was, it's called Cloverfield. What is the Cloverfield? It's a field of clovers. What does this mean? It's like, no, literally, we just, like, that was just a random title we picked. It was not our title. But they was like, call it Cloverfield. What do we care? It's a giant monster. Avengers 4, they're going to be a little deeper, and they're going to say, no, it's not that. And, you know, and Avengers Forever, as we said, we don't know when they said that's close, if they meant that it's going to be called Avengers 4. I actually think, my honest opinion, I think it's actually just going to be called Avengers 4.
They like their fancy names.
Nah.
We've never got a number on the Avengers movies. We had Avengers, then Avengers Age of Ultron, then Avengers Infinity War.
So time to switch it up. Or just call it Avengers 4 Electric Boogaloo. Or Avengers 4 Party at Mount Wondergore. Yeah, boy! Did
you see that fake out Chris Evans tweeted the other day?
What did Chris Evans do this?
Well, no, they must have I know they were doing reshoots, but he must have tweeted out something like how much he's loved playing Cap for the last, you know, however many years, and, you know, I don't know. People were saying, he was like tweeting out a goodbye to the character and stuff, and I'm like, you really think if they were killing him off, they would let him tweet that out already? No,
and they're not killing Captain America.
No,
or let me put it this way: they're probably something. They're gonna kill Cap probably like 3 or 4 times this film. You know,
yeah.
Just you know, it's gonna be like what I said about. I bet you Thanos dies in the first 20 minutes, and sure enough, he did. Sure enough, very early in the film, Thanos just dies, just straight up dies, and then he comes right back. Because he's got Infinity Gauntlets. So that's the thing. It's like, yeah, probably stuff happens. You know what? You know what I bet?
What?
You know what I bet? Of course you remember, but remember when Captain America fought Korvac, and Korvac just had to teach Captain America a lesson and kept on resetting time.
Yep.
But Captain America wouldn't freaking give up. And eventually he said, you know what? I give up. Or he doesn't say I give up, but he like steps into the thing. And I forget how that all ends, but it ends poorly for somebody. But the idea is that what if that's basically Avengers 4? It's like they lose. Thanos, and so he like resets, or like he comes and he just keeps on resetting it because he wants them to see his point of view, and it becomes this very big existential crisis of Thanos saying, "No, you have to understand this is what's best," and every time he says this is what's best, they come back and say, "No, it's not. You're a stupid, crazy purple man." Not to say that all purple people are stupid and crazy. That's why we gave the most purple people are one, except of course for the purple man. But he wasn't actually purple, are wonderful, wonderful people. But you, Thanos, give all purple people a bad name. You need a purple people eater to eat that purple person. That's those of you who don't remember the purple people eater. That's why it was the purple people eater, because he ate purple people. So if you weren't purple, you were safe. But poor Thanos, maybe that's why he turned evil in the first place. Or maybe that was his first attempt at dealing with the overpopulation on Titan, was just creating a purple people eater. Eat all the purple people. It's a possibility. He doesn't really explore what he did. Recommendations for it. So is that superheroes have a very chaotic existence.
Oh, hey.
Phil, yes.
I was looking at your list. Before we forget, I know you were talking about it this morning. Did you read Heroes in Crisis #1?
Yes, I did. And that was what I was leading into with my clever segue about the complicated lives of superheroes. Oh my gosh, I love this book. Is this in continuity?
Yes, as far as I know, yeah.
I'm sorry, is this in continuity?
As far as I know, yeah.
But they killed off a Flash there, didn't they?
Yeah, Wally West. That's what me and Lilith were all mad about. Yeah, and Roy Harper, Green Arrow's original partner. Yeah.
So they straight up murdered? Was that?
That's why I'm like, it has to be. It has to be some kind of trick. Because, Charlie, you there?
Here, I'm just being. Can you not hear me? We've been doing just fine. I'm fully connected.
Yeah, I kind of lost you. You there now?
Okay. Yeah, I'm right here. I never lost you.
Okay.
I didn't lose you, Phil. I was right here. That's my Halloween theory. We'll get to that.
I couldn't hear you, but no, that was my thing. I'm like, it has to be. I'm thinking it has to be some kind of trick. At least some of those deaths, because you kill off Wally West and Roy Harper off camera. I mean, they're like big characters, and you're going to kill them. You know, you don't see the killing, you just find their dead.
And they killed off Blue Jay and Hotspot, Phil.
I know.
Blue Jay and Hotspot.
I know.
I know. Those guys, they have a history of... Oh, man, I gotta say, I loved the production being eaten by the crows. It was... Is the Silver Sorceress a character? Just out of curiosity, or is that like a manufactured character for this?
No, I think I've heard that character before. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I think I've heard of the character Blue Jay before.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know that I have. You know, that's the thing with comic books. They say, "Oh, you all remember the classic character Blue Jay?" Yeah, I remember the classic character Blue Jay. I remember the classic character Hotspot from the '90s. Man, things about to heat up. You know. Whoopah! That was his thing. Everyone remembers that. Except it's all an illusion. Maybe that... Oh! Fudge on a cracker.
What?
It's all an illusion.
Yeah, I'm thinking there's something going on, yeah.
Yeah, no, you know who's in? You know who's actually in Sanctuary?
Who? 3 Jokers?
No.
No.
The Trinity.
Okay.
Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Because those are the 3 people that the device was programmed with.
Well, there you go.
So basically, this is the trauma for Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman to work through.
But the only thing I'll say to that, though, is the one thing to kill your theory. Green Arrow 45 came out this week, and they kind of had a funeral for Roy Harper, so...
Oh, okay, well then, there goes that theory.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Hey, you only read like 1 or 2 books, you can have much better theories. That's what I'll tell you. The less knowledge you have, the better your conspiracy theories.
I like your theory, but yeah, they had a funeral, so yeah.
Should we spoil the ending or no?
Sure, go ahead. I mean, it's been out a week or 2. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Oh, it has. Oh man, see, I'm so behind the times. I thought that just came out. You know, because I just read about how this Sanctuary today. Oh, what a brilliant concept! I wrote to you. and said, "Oh, I love this idea. A mental health service for superheroes. Just what superheroes need." So it's all Dr. Manhattan then. But no, I was really fascinated. I loved this book. And I loved just the idea. First of all, I love the idea that the superheroes understand we need I forget what my wife calls it, but because my wife's a social worker and they have to go through this kind of stuff on a regular basis because you ingest so much trauma in that work, you have to decompile it, as it were, and it's about. And that Harley Quinn is there. Harley Quinn, and then it makes you wonder, like, how did Harley Quinn get there? Like, what is it that someone said, Harley Quinn, you can be better? And then the big reveal, which is that Booster Gold is the one actually killing people. Given that Booster Gold is a time traveler and has to be exposed to disrupted timelines and a lot, it does make me think that this is going to tie back to Doctor Man. But I like the concept of Sanctuary. I like the concept of a place where superheroes go and get therapy. You know, I know that there is a series you can watch on Amazon, which I've never watched because it looks bad. Because I'm sure it does. Because I'm sure it deals with cliched aspects of superheroes. Here's what I'm going to tell you: Hawkeye is the exception, not the rule. The guy who pulls on his pants just to be famous and a hero is pretty small. And not for nothing, Hawkeye stopped pulling on his pants, putting on the tights just to be famous a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
That was the start of him. That was the start of Spider-Man. You know, they just wanted to be famous, but. That's the people who are day-to-day superheroes are superheroes. And I think denial of that is basically a Lutheranism. The idea that, Superman can't be a normal person because how could anyone stop being super for 5 minutes? I certainly can't because I'm so super. At least Otto knows he screws up. You know, that's the thing. Like, Otto is superior because he knows he screws up. He knows he fails and will be better. He commits to be better, and he accepts that was a failure. You know, he doesn't try to say, I only failed because of reason X. Otto doesn't waste time with reason X. Otto says, well, this was clearly a failure. Maybe it was because I didn't account for reason X, but the fact of the matter is, I screwed up. Otto owns his own failures. That's why he is much more than a Parker does. That's why he is the superior, eventually, Spider-Man. The Spider-Man. What can you say?
You heard it here, folks. Otto Octavius' his biggest fan.
You know, I actually become more and more his fan every day. I've always been a fan of a good villain book, and this is, in my opinion, like the first time they really tried to do a villain, try to do a heel turn, and actually make it stick.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the one time they were letting a heel turn really stick. I mean, unless you count Hawkeye. Or Black Widow.
Oh, yeah.
Which were early heel turns because people liked the character, you know. Otto was a villain for decades, and they let him do the heel turn, and they let him keep his heel turn, or his face turn. And I think that is an amazing thing that Marvel is letting happen, and I look forward to it. Because I think even Lex Luthor's evil again now, isn't
he? Yeah.
I mean, he tries to be good for like an issue or two, but it never lasts. I mean, Dr. Doom, is good every other issue, even when he was in the armor, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know, he always said, I am just the noble Superman. Da-da-da, you know. He's all Ozymandias on everybody. And then, you know, at the end of the day, he's like, but why should people think Reed Richards is better than me? I'm much smarter! I am so smart. I have the best smartness. Dr. Doom. Still not that great. Final thought I want to say, because we did touch on, unless you want to say anything more about Crisis, because I'm picking up more of those. I definitely am. I'm actually going to put that on the pull list next to the comic book shop. Because I haven't been able to get there in so long. I was like, you know what it is? It's like normally I go, but it's like, so people need me to drive them, people need this, life. I'm Marvin the Paranoid Android. Life, don't talk to me about it. I was going to do it yesterday, but then I had to get the Wi-Fi fixed. But I got the Wi-Fi fixed. So, yay on that. So, where was I? So, cartoon, or not cartoon, but conspiracies. Why won't DC let Beast Boy and Starfire speak? Because I found the Netflix trailer for
Titans.
For Teen Titans. And this actually looks like a good film. So shocking to see something look good associated with this project. Because up until now, I will be straight with you, Philip. I know you love Nightwing. I know you love him. It has not been good trailers. It has been too much Raven and too much angsty Raven.
Too much darkness.
I mean, it's not even the darkness of Raven. It's Raven being scared of her own darkness. What makes Raven great is that, and granted, well, this is Raven at the start, and she evolves, and she becomes the Raven we all know and love at the end, yada, yada, yada. Okay, fine. Then don't focus so much on her feeling scared.
Yeah.
Raven's existence needs strength. Because as we saw when her and Starfire switched bodies, her entire power set is based on having control of the dark. Now, and hopefully we'll get and here's the thing. When they actually had Starfire talk, when they had Beast Boy talk, in the Netflix trailer, only on Netflix, kids. So, go get a dummy IP that puts you in Canada so you can watch the good version of Teen Titans. Because not for nothing, I gotta imagine they're doing different cuts. Based on the marketing, I have to imagine that there's going to be an international cut of Teen Titans and an American cut of Teen Titans, and the Americans cut will suck.
You mean actual episodes? You think they're gonna do different cuts?
I think so. I honestly, I actually think so. I mean, it won't affect the overall story, but it's going to affect how the story is driven. Because clearly they think that all Americans care about is Raven and Robin. And here's what I'm going to tell you is the biggest difference between the two stories is there actually is flirtation between Beast Boy and Raven in the Netflix trailer. Where Raven says, "I like your hair." In the U.S. trailer, the only thing either Beast Boy or Starfire has ever said is Beast Boy says, "It's a trap." Like he's happy that it's a trap, which is cool, because I imagine why is he happy it's a trap? But he clearly is saying it's a trap, like, yeah, it is a trap. Yeah, just like we expected. Just like we anticipated, because I'm the Beast Boy. The Netflix trailer, it is so much more, to the point where I'm like, if this is what Netflix will tell me about Teen Titans, and that's what DCU will tell me about Teen Titans, to DCU. Like, except for that it's the only place I could possibly see this, but if it's on Netflix, it'll be on. I just have to wait an extra year.
I wonder if they have a little competition. I wonder if they're doing different trailers because they have a competition going somewhat. Because maybe DC's thinking, oh, maybe we don't need Netflix as much. And, now we have our own platform, but maybe Netflix is trying to get more downloads. Like if they can come to DC and say, not so fast. Look, we got twice as many downloads as people watching.
They will since Netflix is worldwide.
Yeah, it's true. They are because
everybody already has Netflix. It's like everyone who was there for Marvel at Netflix in the UK and Canada. It's like they're all there. It's like, oh, here, very good.
They didn't even roll.
Win.
DC didn't even roll their app out to anyone else in the world. It's only US so far, which is dumb.
Yeah, honestly,
DC.
The business strategy at AOL right now. AOL Time Warner. AOL got top billing because it went alphabetical. It goes ATW.
Oh.
Yeah, you never thought about that, did you? AOL Time Warner, one of the biggest companies in the world, people forget that. They own Huffington Post. Crazy things that exist in the universe. Like, yeah, AOL bought Huffington Post, and then Time Warner bought AOL, and AOL kind of like got the lead on it, but they committed fraud to do so. But hey, commit fraud, be president. That's what they say.
Oh,
yeah. Well, tax fraud anyway. But it's like it is so mind-boggling. Look up the Netflix trailer. It's like 2.5 minutes. It's a long trailer. but it is so much better than everything you've seen. You even get this whole thing about how, first off, for the first time ever, I found out it takes place in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I guess maybe if I nerded that out and looked it up, I would find that out. But it's like, this is the first one they say, why has he, referring to Robin, come to Detroit? And then someone says, the weather. It's got great weather in Detroit, man. It's right on the lake. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that is weird. I don't know why they would just want to do like Bloodhaven or something, or yeah.
Well, because Detroit's cool, and they're trying to be real, Phil. And Detroit's a real saving. And no one would name their city Bloodhaven. No one would name it that. No one would name it Bloodhaven.
When has DC ever been in the realism? You know, it's all Metropolis, Gotham, Bloodhaven, Star City, Central City. They don't do real cities.
I understand what you're saying, Phil. I'm saying they're clearly trying to be realistic.
I know, but like you always say, turn into the Skid. That's their thing. All the fake cities. So go with, you know.
Yeah, well, except maybe they're saying dark and gritty's are Skid. So where's the darkest, grittiest place in the world? Detroit. So, Detroit, Paris of the Midwest, city upon the water. Yes. You know, it is, but just stuff like that. Just that little thing. And when you actually, and first off, this is the first time we found out that, not Burt Ward, Dick Grayson is a detective. Detective Dick Grayson. This is the first time he actually said, I'm Detective Dick Grayson. Rather than, I'm an insurance agency. Yeah, well, exactly. You also even get this idea that because he felt he was becoming too much like Batman.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the F Batman. And we don't even know if that F Batman scene is the scene that makes him realize, I got to get out of Gotham.
Mm.
In fact, I think, based on the Netflix trailer, that's what that's about. It's like, oh my gosh, I went too far. I got to get out of Gotham. I am not Batman. I'm a circus boy. We got, you know, in some of the other trailers I saw, I saw like, oh, there's this whole thing about the death of the Graysons, him getting the invitation to Wayne Manor. There's even some stuff with Alfred, which actually I hated the first time because I was like, they're letting Alfred speak before Starfire?
Batman stuff. They always go with Batman stuff first.
Well, yeah, but it's just Starfire and Beast Boy. Now, I'm going to be honest. I'm not sold on this Starfire because now I don't know what Starfire's hook is.
Yeah.
That's like, and maybe that, I mean, but here's the thing. I'm willing to give a hookless Starfire a chance rather than a silent Starfire, you know? Because the hookless Starfire, okay, it doesn't have a hook, but maybe the actress and the writers are going to make this a good story. But to just have nothing from Starfire, and again, like I said, in the Netflix trailer, she actually has like several lines of dialogue.
Wow.
I mean, they're not in any way Starfire-ish. She's like just talking like a normal person, and she's talking kind of like the BA warrior princess that Starfire technically is. But all we need is like 2 scenes where she goes, "Kittens! I love kittens!" You know, and it all makes it all right. It's like, yes, that's Starfire. She loves kittens. She may be able to use indefinite pronouns just fine, but she loves kittens, and that's who Starfire is. Beast Boy, like I said, he gets a lot of lines in the net. Look up he's looking it up right now. The Netflix trailer is really good. And it makes me want to watch the Titans. Something that the DCU has not done.
Do you know when it starts?
No, for Netflix, 2 years from now.
Oh, well, on the DC Universe app, they're dropping one a week. You know, like Star Trek was doing. Next week, next Friday is the first one.
Okay, yeah. I'll see you in 2 years, and we can talk about it. When it comes to Netflix, me and Miles will review it.
Well, if I have time before we record next week, I'll give you a thumbs up or thumbs down in the first episode.
Yeah. I'm excited about what I've seen from Netflix. I'm not excited about and as I said, I'm not going to judge the show by the DCU show because I get the feeling the DCU version of the show may be good, but I think they'd have a different cut because essentially they get the raw footage and then the person who puts it on sort of edits for their show, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And if Netflix is a co-producer, they got all the footage, and they're gonna say, no, we're gonna make a more curated show because we're the guys who made Marvel Netflix. And if you don't want the Netflix magic on your DC property, that's your choice. That's your choice, Bubala. You know, it's a hey, we took Buck and we made him passable. You saw what ABC did when they just let Buck go wild. And that was a pure Disney product. No. We here at Netflix, we curated that. We smoothed out the rough edges. We made it acceptable. You can only do so much with a buck, but we made it acceptable. And that's why I think DCU, Teen Titans, the movie, Teen Titans, the TV show, will be essentially the DC's version of the Inhumans. Huh. Hey, did what's his name? The star of Venom say they cut out like all the best scenes. Is he like pulling a trank on that?
I didn't see the quote myself, but I did see people online saying he said that, so I guess.
Yeah, here's what I'll say. I'll probably enjoy it. You know,
it can't be. It can't be as bad as Fantastic Four, can it? It can't be.
No, Fantastic Four took a very special kind of bad that took the what's the opposite of genius? The anti-genius of Josh Trank to make. And basically you took the anti-genius of Josh Trank, the incompetence of Fox Studios, and you create a Fantastic Four.
What source material?
I mean, technically they used the ultimate source material, I guess. Is there an ultimate Venom? I don't know. Should we be worried about an ultimate Venom?
I'm just worried. I'm just worried. It's like he's not. Are they gonna tie it to Spider-Man even though he's not in the movie? I don't think so. And
well, that's the thing. It's like, does this exist in the same extended MCU universe the way that Spider-Man exists in the extended MCU universe, or is this its own thing? And if it's its own thing, can you really build the Universal monsters? Not for nothing, the Universal monsters weren't even a shared continuity until Abbott and Costello got in the mix. They were not a shared continuity. Okay, Philip, I'm getting overworked here. I'm getting overheated.
Okay.
Anything else you want to talk about tonight?
No, I think that's good. So yeah. Join us for Capes and Lunatics 73 for the Venom review. Me,
with special.
Yeah, special guest Moz, and maybe one other. Not confirmed yet, so we shall see.
Yes. Oh, what? Toxic Gamer 13 will be here.
Oh, and Toxic Gamer, yes.
I give you that promise. He might not be here the whole show. You know, he's a very busy man. But he will certainly give his 5-second review before he goes off to play other things.
Dropping his truth bombs.
Dropping his truth bombs. This is good. I liked it. I like when Venom did that. You know, or he'll say, not nearly. It wasn't true enough for the comics. It really disappointed me. Can you have a Venom without a Secret War? How can you have a Venom without a Secret War?
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, Philip, how can people find you?
If you want to get a hold of me, especially for interviews, email me, nightwingpdp@gmail.com. On Twitter, I am @nightwingpdp. And check out Capes and Lunatics and Superconnectivity on Facebook, on Twitter, @CapesLunatics, @SuperConnectPod, and Instagram. Capes and Lunatics is on there. And Charlie Esser as Superconnectivity on Instagram, or the voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES.
Yes. And of course, you can always write to me in that old-fashioned email way, the way our Mouse and Paws once did. At superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog@gmail. I'm not there yet. It's all one word, you know. Hey, David Walker, let us know if you'd like to talk about Naomi. I want to find out what's going on with Naomi. I want to know about this thing. So I know you listen to us every week, David.
I'm gonna have to reach out again. I might have to reach out again.
Yeah, please do. Please do. Tell them that we won't badmouth Bendis the entire time. Because you and Lilith, I think that's why he hasn't been back. I think it's like, that's my good friend, Brian Michael Bendis. And all those guys do is rip at him. And I think he's a really great guy who writes good books. And I'm right with you there, David. So anyway, follow me on the Twitters as I live tweet. Watch it, folks. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is coming back. Gotham, which is coming back. Cloak and Dagger, which is coming back. At Charlie Essa. That's CHARLIESS. Yeah. Look for the 2 E's in the middle.
For quality.
Bing! That's the one. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for connecting with us this week. Please super connect with us once again. Good night. No, really, you and Lilith, I want you guys to each try and say one thing nice about Brian Michael Bendis. When you say something bad about Michael Bendis.
As soon as you say something good about Alan Moore, we'll get right on that.
I have said things about Alan Moore.
Oh, you've said things.
I've said many.
I've heard things. I've heard things.
We're not trying to get Alan Moore on the show. That's all.
Why not? Although he doesn't talk to anybody, but
yeah, I'll apologize if he comes on the show.